The Painful Excellence Podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do this. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC of this Painful Excellence podcast. Smash the like button, like and share the video, like and share the video, like and share the video. We are our own algorithm. We do it ourselves. While y'all at it, y'all make sure you subscribe to my Patreon. Patreon.com/Drew Titan LLC. This is not about boxing, although it is. It's not. It's about Tank Davis, but this post is. I mean, this stream is not really what you think it's going to be. For those of you, I was listening to the General 78 Sports TV this morning. The show took a turn and it got pretty, went pretty dark for me. And it really, it frustrated me. It made me sad. And let me be very clear. This is not a troll session. I'm aggravated to do this stream. I'm aggravated to have this same conversation that we've been having since I was a teenager. And it seems that we've gone backwards because the conversation that I was listening to, it frustrated me. And when it was over, because I was at work when I heard the rest, it was after I got off the stream. I was on the stream for a little while and I got off. And then when I turned it back on, it just went left. And I was like, how did we get here? Tonight's show is labeled, and by the way, I just noticed this is my 400th episode, if that means anything. I refuse to accept that the DMV is this ignorant based off of what I listened to. And this was heartbreaking, what I was listening to. It was heartbreaking. And the fella talking, come to find out, was in his 40s. So I got some questions, man. And before I go through this roll call, I'm going to start with this question. Is our community, the Black community, that impressionable when it comes to ignorance? And I've been asking this for decades now. Why do we celebrate ignorance? Why do we make law enforcement, why do we make their job so easy in certain instances? As creative and as important we are to the history of this world, why do we do things like this? We do this roll call real quick. Mr. Tiptoe, Rod Neal, Ace Daddis, Derek Gaines, the legend, Tatton Lawson. What's up? Amanaz, I sent you the link to your email, sweetie. My brother Thomas from the Bronx, salute. ATL Anonymous Boxing, my brother, salute. Jeff Spark in the building, Son of Tank. Shogun. Jarrell Freeman, Adrian Vent, Phenomenal Mexican, 88 Sports Talk, Razor, The Audacity Podcast, J Man, DP Rocker. Yeah, 88. If you go back and listen to 78s, I recommend all of you. It was the live from this morning. You can go to it, save it. The cook was ridiculous, and it was annoying to listen to because it went left, man. Shaw was salute, Queen. Nicholas Levy. Yeah, go back, Rod, and listen to it. It was very bad. Austin Walk said, I'm from the DMV, DC. And there's a lot of crash outs because of programming, the negative kind. I mean, this is, man, brother. And I'm not from there, so. Wow. Hold on. You want to know what's funny? And let me just put this up. First and foremost, my brother Severe, Smoke and Talk Podcast. Salute, good brother. How are you?
How you feeling, bro? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Peace and
definitely,
blessings to the
man.
chat.
Finally, we get a chance to chop it up, man.
You already.
Yeah. I'm sorry, sidebar to my boxing community. I'm texting Marco right now. He was denied a credential, and he lives in Brooklyn. He was denied a credential to go to the Tank fight, and he just texted me and said Blue Blood was denied. Blue Blood was denied a credential to go to the damn fight. Can you believe this? This is all right, man. All right, they're being babies. Hold on, let me send out this. Hold on. Man, that is insane. That's crazy, y'all. They denied Blue Blood. That man is everywhere. That's crazy. Okay. All right, but this ain't about boxing, ladies and gentlemen. This is about that conversation I heard on 78 Sports TV, and it made me sad. I went through several emotions. I was sad, then I was angry, and then I went through the acceptance period. Like, this is typical. But then I said, no. This ain't us. This can't be us. This is just what happens when the minority has a megaphone. Because I promise you, I said to myself, I didn't play in the streets. I'm not a street dude. I knew a few of them. But when they started to do street stuff, I went home. I'm like, all right, y'all about to go. All right, I'll see y'all later. And some of them, I ain't see them later. On my Patreon, I'm going to tell you the story about my brother, not my brother, but one of my brothers. I told y'all how he left the block and we ain't seen him for a decade. Everyone that got older, we got jobs. Some of us, we got kids, whatever. And we was down in front of the building. And it just so happened we was in the same spot where he left, and he just pulled up. And we was like, yo, what happened to you? You left, and he's like, I got locked up that night. Oh, we didn't know what happened. 10 years, he vanished. And we just happened to be in front of the building, visiting parents and stuff like that, got our kids, and here he come. Like, oh, what happened to you? Oh, wow. Well, my friends had kids back then. So, the Patreon Audacity Podcast is scrolling at the bottom. Patreon.com/Drew Titan LLC. That's crazy. I'm reading this text right now. That's crazy, y'all. But I went through all of these emotions, and I'm saying to myself, I lead by example. I don't tell any of these shorties to do something that I didn't do. And if I made a mistake, I'm transparent about it. Yo, look, don't do that because I almost did that, and this is what could have happened. And I'm always saying to myself, look, man, I don't know how we got here because I know good black men are the majority. I know that. Good black men are the majority. I know that. And for those of you that don't know, Stephen X, matter of fact, Stephen X, wasn't you on the panel earlier this morning? I think Stephen X was on the panel. And a brother comes up there, and let me be clear, I'm not talking bad about anybody, but a brother came up there. The question was asked, why didn't Tank Davis have, that was Stephen X. Salute to you, Stephen. The question was asked, why didn't Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, since they're from the DMV, why didn't they have it somewhere in that area? And one of the brothers said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, it was the threat of violence in the group. And it wasn't between Lamont Roach and Tank Davis's, because they're not beefing like that. But they were saying that people from B-More can't get too close to people from DC. I'm like, wait, what are we talking about? This is where we at? We're still here? Is it like some sort of gang thing? Well, no. And then what I notice is when you challenge that thought process, this brother who was in his 40s doubled down as to why wherever he was from is super thug. And I'm like, oh my God, we're still there here. This is what we're still doing. When I was a kid and we had kids that came from different neighborhoods to go to our school, they hid the fact that they were from messed up neighborhoods, because that was nothing to stick your chest out about. That you can't go to their block because you might get shot in the face or robbed. That was nothing to say.
Yeah.
Nowadays, cats is like, yeah, I'm from this and I'm from and I represent O block, D block, whatever. And it's like, yo, whoa. No. Is that what you say when you're filling out your job application? With your chest poked out? And this brother on that panel was 40 years old or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God. But we're talking about a boxing match. And all we asked was, why didn't he has to, and I'm like, God damn, now he's bringing the bullshit to Brooklyn? Is this what you're saying? To my city? We don't want that. So in what universe does any of this make sense? And you see, this is my problem. And y'all know, when y'all follow my boxing channel, y'all know what I'm talking about. This is my problem with Tank Davis. It's a falsehood. He may look the part, but how many times we got to tell you this kid is not a super thug? He may look the part. He may act the part, but know that it's an act. The only time he waited till he touched some millions to get a criminal record in the form of a car accident where he left the scene of the crime. Remember, he ran into the pregnant lady and he left the scene of the crime. And I was like, why did he do that? That's the immaturity. And sidebar, whenever one of these black athletes do something messed up, where do people turn? To us. To us. And we got to put on the cape and defend him. Did I not defend Tank Davis when he got into that domestic dispute? I did that. Yeah. And I stand on that. Because y'all might think I'm giving him a hard time. I'm not giving him a hard time. I'm holding this little man accountable. But he makes it difficult when he stands in the pocket for what's not righteous. I keep telling y'all about this Ryan Garcia thing. It's not funny. It's not funny. Y'all keep calling out a win. The dude cheated, and then when he got caught cheating, he started talking about digging up George Floyd and killing him again and joining the Ku Klux Klan. And Tank Davis is high-fiving him for that. Cause what? Your unconditional hatred for your contemporary who you supposed to knock out, but don't want to go to Saudi and fight. But we're not talking about boxing. I'm just laying the groundwork to let you know this is his thought process. And what I heard today, it makes total sense because his support system shares that ignorant thought process, whether they're 19 or 41 years old. And it's a sad state of affairs. But before I cook anymore, Severe, man, welcome to Pep Talk. Man, I sent you the link. What did you hear? And, let me know what you got, brother.
Oh, man. Yeah, they was going in. I'm talking about something righteous because what I was hearing, something about how cars was getting broken in or something to that nature.
Yeah.
And homie was just talking on the most front, but just hearing all that, I'm from Baltimore, personally, born and bred. Yes, we do have violence. Yes, we do act up down here.
Right.
But, I mean, where don't they act up? But here, something a little different. I can honestly say that. Everybody acts up you hear from Chicago to LA, but Baltimore is just a little bit different. And as far as what you say, how Tank putting on the facade, maybe true to an extent, but he do have them peoples in his corner.
Yeah. We always say that. He's not a street dude, but the kids, the dudes around him, they played in the street, but they kept him away from that.
Right.
So I would figure that being that he's been kept away from that, and he may look the part, I would prefer him to speak down on that and say, look, where I've been blessed. Yeah. We ain't got to do that.
Yeah, make a change. Like,
right. We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to talk like that. We ain't got to walk like that. Let's do something different.
Right.
Watch the norm and do the opposite. We're better than that.
Yeah.
Instead of robbing each other, curb your dog, pick up the dog shit after your pit bull takes a shit. Protect your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Love your brother. Do that.
Facts.
Instead, he's adding to the monkey business.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you're in the limelight, I would figure, he's held to a high standard, whether you like it or not. You remember when Charles Barkley said, "I'm not a role model"?
Yeah, fam. Of course.
Yeah. And people went crazy. They said, "Charles, whether you like it or not, there's kids that want to play like you. There's kids that want to look like you." This white woman said, "My son shaved his head and tries to grab all the rebounds in the world because he wants to be like Charles Barkley, a white dude, a white kid." And she said, "Yo, look, he knows both of us, mother and daddy, but he loves you. We bought your jersey. We bought your sneakers. When you came to our city to play, we bought tickets for my boy to watch you play. For you to say you're not a role model, unfortunately, that's just not what it is."
Well, we taking it far as the aspect of what that superstar does, whether it's rapping, acting, sports, or whatever. I mean, yes, they are role models in that aspect, but we all forget one thing: they are human.
Absolutely.
So them being human, they're gonna fuck up. They're gonna make mistakes.
Yep.
And like some people, for example, Ja Morant, he's an NBA player getting money, but you can't take the hood out the dude. Right or wrong, true or false?
Yeah.
Naz, I see you, sis.
Hi.
What's good, Queen? I sent you the link also. Whatever you heard, man. Tell me what you got, ma'am.
I didn't get to finish it all, but it was disturbing.
Right.
There's a gentleman who was hosting the program. He just kept trying to get the guy to understand. He was like, "So what you saying is y'all don't know how to act. You can't control yourself long enough to bring in this event, you know what I'm saying, where you guys can make some money and possibly better yourselves, get some some national exposure. Like y'all just can't be." He was like, nah, I'm just saying, we ain't got nobody to put us on, and so basically he's like, we don't have nobody, to tell us to cool out. Like, y'all adults, you can't you don't have the let me act right switch. You can't get that together. And he was astounded, and I was too. I almost dropped my dinner on the floor. I was like,
it was bad. And to know that
it was like he was like 15 minutes in, he was like, "You still don't understand what I'm saying to you." He was like, and then there was another guy was on, and he was talking about how he went to some event with Farrakhan back in like 2014. I was like, that was a decade ago. And he was like, we built different now.
Man,
that whole conversation
is that erodes as the generations progress. Like, are you serious?
That whole conversation went left.
It was too much. It was all the way left. I was like,
it wasn't. And I'm telling y'all, that show was not supposed to. That's a boxing show.
Fact.
And it just went because I was on the panel early in the show, and then I left, and then when I got to work before I took the bus out, I turned it back on, and I'm listening. I said, "What the hell's going on?" And I looked at the screen, and I'm like, and I'm just listening to it. I'm like, "Oh my God, who is this?" And I said, "Well, how we get here?"
Yeah, right.
What he did was he literally rang the dinner bell because a lot of people, listen, people watch what we do here.
Yeah.
And what he did is ring the dinner bell for law enforcement to go upside somebody's head at a Tank Davis fight.
Right, right.
That was the point that the guy made. He was like, "Something basically what you're saying is anybody who has any kind of interaction, that goes bad with the police that was asking for it, because you basically on it letting them know that we're not adhering to any kind of decency or law."
Yeah.
It was so bad.
And Tank had a fight here in Baltimore before, and I ain't hear nothing going off about it. It was a good fight, and everything was good, everything was love. So why can't they get together for this one?
And you know what the conversation, why it went left? All we asked was, why do you have two guys? Because Lamont and and Javonta, they know each other.
Right.
And they're from the area.
Right.
So all we said was, why aren't they having it somewhere in the DMV? Somewhere. There's an MGM somewhere down there in Maryland, I think.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have it open? That's all we asked. And then I cut the live off. I go to work. I hop back on just to listen. And I'm hearing all of this. I say, wait a minute. What the hell? What the hell just happened? What the hell? And I'm like, is this brother really talking about basically there's no, they can't be a fight in the DMV because grown-ass men don't know how to behave?
Yep.
Literally, that's what he was saying. But it was
right.
for me, it was the maybe I was the only one that caught it. Did y'all catch the level, the amount of pride in his voice when he was talking about this foolishness?
Yes.
And that's what I was about to get to, sis. From a child all the way up to an adult. If you banging and about that life, that's all you ever talking about from sun up to sundown, and that's what you get.
Was he proud of that? Was he?
Yes.
He sounded like he was proud of that?
He stood 10 toes down, didn't he?
All I heard was pride. Like, I mean, this is what, until I take my last breath, this is it. And I'm gonna make sure I got 30 coming behind me. Like, he
right.
Trajectory.
Oh my God. Listening to that, and I don't know if y'all boxing fans or not, but after you heard that, would you want to go to a Tank Davis fight after listening to that?
No, because that's what you call hood fights after that. You might as well put that in the hood fights. That ain't even professional boxing
that's kind of the way that he, you know what's in it? That's kind of how he was describing it. Like, it was gonna be, so we gonna meet in the back of the liquor house, and we gonna, you know what I'm saying, get two dudes, and you know what I'm saying, we gonna take a stick and draw a circle in the grass and let them get at it. That's how he was. He wasn't, the way he was talking, it wasn't like he was talking about a legitimate boxing match.
Right. That was bad.
You might as well put that in hood fights, man. That ain't no professional boxing. Ain't nobody gonna get no money off of it. Ain't nobody gonna come to it. They'll probably watch it from home. But if you talk about violence down there, only the ratchets going down there. That's it. That's all.
Now here's the scary part. It's not more tolerable. But what I'm saying is, it'd have made more sense if that was an 18-year-old. There was a 20-year-old young man. He wasn't talking that, though. There was a 20-year-old, but that's how the conversation started. 78, the general let this 20-year-old young man on, and we was having a conversation. It wasn't nasty or nothing. And the whole conversation didn't get nasty. It was a dialogue. But it was deflating because I said, oh my God, this ain't the 20-year-old kid talking like that. This is the 40-year-old talking like this.
Right.
And I face bombed so hard it sounded like a gunshot. I said, oh God, where are we? Where are we?
Mm-hmm. And
and I said, I refuse to accept this the entire DMV. I'm not accepting that.
No, we ain't even. I ain't even really claiming it, and I'm in it. We ain't doing that, man.
I just visit, and I mean, I haven't had any issues.
Come on, man. You can't put every label on the city as bad, or how you say, or just plain fucked up. Because come on, man. Just because you in a terrible city don't mean it's really terrible. Because you only going by what you hear.
Yeah.
If you ain't never been to that city and that city ain't never show you love, from hospitality to wherever you been at, restaurant, hotel, night out, if that city ain't show you love, that's something different.
That's crazy. And for the young people that are listening, and I see everybody in the chat, ES, Stephen X, J-Man, Speed Demon, good to see you, Chief Wildfire, Stormy B-Man in the building, MXC, salute. Let me be very clear. Your favorite rapper or Hollywood actor or whatever, if they came from a messed up part of the city that you live in, tell me when's the last time you seen them walking in the street.
Exactly.
Fat Joe is from the South Bronx, Trinity. Right underneath, there's a big old project building. I don't know if he lived in that building, but the goddamn 2 and the 5 train run right there off of Southern Boulevard. He does not live there anymore. That's the South Bronx. No, he doesn't stay there. Stop it. I think he got a house over in, somewhere in Jersey where all the rappers live over there. He maybe have driven through there,
Mm-hmm.
But he's not there. All right. Havoc for Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
He had a line that said, no matter how much loot I get, I'm staying in the projects. As soon as he touched the strong six figures, he left Queensbridge. I promise you.
Of course.
Ron Artest is from the QB. He don't live there.
Come on, man.
He's a big dude. He's like 6'9". He ain't staying there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Jay-Z is from Marcy Projects. No.
Yeah, he ain't over there.
We already know that. We already know.
You love them from a distance because you know what your people, those people do.
Exactly. And those are not the people that, you know, they would be marketing the fight to anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm like, he sounded like he was gonna go out his way. He was gonna get a couple buses and load them up and be like, yo, come on over here. We're gonna tear up all this good stuff.
And they ain't doing none of that, sis. And like bro said, once they touch six figures, they leaving the hood, never coming back, and they ain't never looking for you, standing 10 toes down for it. They ain't taking you out the hood and come chill with them. They done with you. They're done.
Exactly. So that was I hated hearing that, bro, because in my mind, I was like, you know, the only people that identify with the ignorance of Tank Davis are the kids. Mm-hmm. And I was in my mind, I was saying that this was it's just the kids. The adults, they'll enjoy Tank from a distance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I was bothered today, but because it was on my mind.
I bet.
And I was so bothered. I was going to talk about something else tonight, but this bothered me. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about Tank and boxing career. That's for my morning show. This was about his fan base. Mm-hmm. And the brother was in my age group. And so when we're asking, man, have we failed the youth? No, I didn't fail the youth. I didn't play in the streets. I didn't. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the youth today marches to their own drum. But if they marching to their own drum while listening to the brother that I heard today on 78 Sports TV's panel, that's the issue right there.
Facts.
Because there's OGs. Because once you're in your 40s, you're an OG. Because you're 20 years, you're 2 decades older than the 20-year-old. So you're the OG.
Right.
You're literally old enough to be the 20-year-old's father.
Right.
Or uncle. So the problem is when you have the OG, and I'm just thinking of these rap lines. Rest in peace to Prodigy from Mobb Deep. I was told by the OGs like my pops, if you can't whoop their ass, the niggas get shot.
Yeah, facts.
That's what he said.
Facts.
That bar,
facts.
I was like, bro, oh my God. I don't know if he said that because it was a hot bar, but that's scary because you know what? I actually knew a guy that taught his son things like that. And it's like, bro, no.
Now, let's take it there, because you know I like rhyming. He said, if you can't beat the man, you're bound to get shot. Now let's take that for example. A person can't take an ass whipping as well as give one. You did? So in a thug's mentality, that's the next best thing. Oh yeah, he beat your ass. Oh yeah, he got to die. Somebody got to go. I go, you gotta go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow.
That's a scary thought process. You know, when I was coming up, that thought never crossed my mind until I started traveling out my borough. And, you know, I came up in the 90s. It was the box cutter era.
Yeah.
Anybody my age from my city and you see them with that $150 scar, you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? And you just didn't want to get cut. And you going to visit somebody, usually for me, I was going to see a girl chasing tail like an idiot. And I'm going through these dangerous pockets, even in my own borough. They say, yeah, where you live? Oh, I live, you know, off of Jerome, you know, Burnside. I'm like, fuck.
say that. Mm-hmm.
But I'm going over there though, because she got a fat ass, risking life and limb.
Man,
I'm gonna tell the unedited Brooklyn stories. I swear to God, I almost got killed in that borough like 3 times over tail. But I knew better. I knew better.
Damn, Drew, you risking it all, ain't you, big bro?
I was a fool. I was an absolute fool. I got to tell those stories on Patreon.
Yeah.
I was hey, Messi Michonne with the super sticker. Salute, Messi Michonne. Y'all go subscribe to Messi Michonne.
Hell yeah. What's up,
This woman is talented.
Thanks.
Bueller. Bueller. Yo, that kills me when she does that.
Yeah.
Y'all too young. Some of y'all are young. Y'all don't know about that.
They're not ready for that.
They ain't ready for that. Bueller.
Shout out to Messi.
So I was almost killed 3 times chasing tail. But here's what people don't want to admit. When that was the David Dinkins era, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
When Giuliani took the office,
the
streets got safer. I'm not even gonna hold you. The streets got a lot safer. I'm not even gonna hold you. But it was crazy once upon a time. But one thing I do know, there was a little gunplay here and there, but for the most part, it was box cutters because it was easy to get. You can go inside a bodega because the handyman shopped all the time. So you just grab a box cutter and you kept one in your pocket. That's it.
Right. Unless you was real slick with it. I mean, they kept them right here, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to mess with a girl that she taught me how to raise them in my mouth. It was crazy.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy from New York. I mean, Puerto Rican, and he was teaching me. I can't do that shit. I smoke too much. I probably swallow that shit.
Nah, Shorty was nice with it. It's in her hand, just like that. It's in her hand.
Yeah.
She had it right here.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but you know, for the most part, in the 90s, you shot a fair one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get jumped, but you shot a fair one for the most part.
Right.
Now these kids, they too high and on lean or whatever drugs they taking, they can't throw a goddamn punch.
Mm-hmm.
So they busting shots.
And not even that, or jumping, big bro.
Yeah. You know, well, I got stories, man. Jumping, that was fun for me because all I gotta do is grab one nigga and it's over with. I'm about to break this nigga neck. All right, come closer. It's just one, and it's over for you. You know, but man, the 90s was something different. It was still dangerous though, but now, I mean, these kids, you know, they celebrate a ton of ignorance,
degeneracy.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild to me, and it's gotten progressively worse. And when we tell them, yo, you got to slow that down because the police are not playing. Homie today on 78's panel was literally rang a dinner bell for law enforcement.
Yeah, to come do that.
Now I'm wondering at the Barclays in Brooklyn, you might see a tank out there, a real tank, and I ain't talking about Davis.
I don't call it military enforcement. Yeah.
What is ESU doing out here? What is the National Guard doing out here? It's only a boxing fight. Yeah, well, we got word that y'all don't know how to act.
For real. Are we ready?
Next thing you know, it's high alert terrorists.
Yeah. Talking about cars getting broke into and things like that. Y'all are down bad like that. And I said, this is not the whole DMV. I know people in Virginia. I know people in Maryland. You know, I know people in DC. Well, I used to. But this is not, don't put, and that dude, if you was interested in the Tank Davis fight and you was gonna go, if you heard him talk and you got sense about you, you got turned off. Like you don't want to go see a boxing match. You don't want to park your car and risk it getting broken into.
Right.
You want to get robbed in the damn building or outside the building or get shot.
No, thank you.
I mean, this is ridiculous. And why is this always related to us? Have you seen anyone get shot at a goddamn Garth Brooks concert?
No.
It don't happen. Why is this always us? And I'm like, I wish this brother would stop. I wish he would stop. Keep it to yourself. If it was like that, keep it to yourself. Talk about how we shouldn't be doing it. Because dude was talking like he was like proud of
trying to get it going.
And expecting it to happen, and it should happen as far as the way he was talking.
Yeah, and he was gonna be disappointed if it didn't happen because everybody else was like, man, like we people trying to go see the fight, they're not going for all of that because again, if you're in the fight, you don't have time for all of
Right. But
So
I mean,
it's like they're talking about two different things. One side was talking about, you know what I'm saying, trying to have this event, and this dude's gonna want to wild out. I'm like, man, come on. And it was like the more they begged him to be quiet, the more he kept talking.
I was very disappointed because then when I heard his age, I said it can't be this.
and what got, not to cut you off, big bro, I thought it was your channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had that on your show. I was like,
no, that's 78 Sports TV. That's the general.
Yeah, shout out to 78.
You see, that's big bro.
Yeah.
And he was cooking that was about 3 hours. That was a 3-hour stream, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's normally off in like 90 minutes, but god damn. When I got to work, I was like, why is he still on? And I'm like, oh man.
That's foolish.
And I saw all the people on the panel. I said, what happened? So I rewound it a little bit, and I'm just listening to this brother cook, and I said, oh no. No. He's not doing Tank any favors at all. None. But see, this is the problem. Tank Davis' behavior enables that. He enables that.
Yeah.
And he could easily look. He had some legal problems, right? He had to go sit down for a little while. When he got out, he has to wear the ankle bracelet and stuff, right? That's embarrassing at that age. You're a father. When he was released from prison, he was released into the care, I think, of Coach Calvin Ford. And I'm like, that's a little embarrassing because he's a grown-ass man. Why are you being released into the custody of another grown-ass man? But
it happens when you go to prison.
Yeah, he's a grown adolescent. But I was happy to see him out. And one of the things he did was he converted to Islam. Okay, man. I didn't say anything. I said, okay, you converted to Islam. Here we go. Right? Then he changed his name. Yeah, Tank, he converted to Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Okay, well, let me explain.
Talk.
The young man converts to Islam, and I didn't say anything. He changed his name to Abdul Wahid. And I didn't say anything. I said, okay. Then he buys a block in Baltimore. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He bought some real estate. And he bought the block, and I guess he was gonna make it into affordable homes. Yeah. I said, brilliant, great. I didn't say anything. What I said I didn't say anything out loud. What I said to myself was, Lord, please don't let this be a work. What do I mean by that? He got that ankle bracelet on, right? A little while later, he because he's under house arrest and things of that nature. So he converts to Islam. He buys a block. He was trying to make himself out to be a good person, and if he was turning over a new leaf, I'm all for that because he has children. I'm all for that, and I didn't get on my shows and say I don't believe him. I didn't do that. I didn't cut him down until he did that shit with Devin Haney. That was uncalled for, right? And then we found out about Ryan Garcia, and I'm not gonna get into that, but y'all know. If y'all watch me, y'all know. Ryan Garcia got caught cheating. He blamed several companies. He blamed a strength and conditioning coach. And then when he got caught cheating, and by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and by VADA, when everyone caught him, the New York State Athletic Commission and VADA, they caught him cheating. He starts getting online talking about black people and we kill each other and ERs, we putting ERs in the ER for real. And I want to resurrect George Floyd and kill him again and join the Ku Klux Klan. And why can't I say the N-word? And I'm like, all of this because you got caught cheating. Oh no, but I want to save the kids because I got raped by some black man when I was a kid. He literally said that, y'all. And I said, this kid's having a nervous breakdown. No, I'm
Let's
sorry.
crash
It wasn't a
it
nervous
out.
breakdown. He's a racist. He's no accountability, and he's a racist. He needs to be canceled the hell out of here. And Tank Davis gives us where's that? Tank Davis does this. Okay? After he cheated his Muslim brother, because by the way, Devin Haney's Muslim too. By the way. He does this. This is what Tank Davis gives us through all of that. And by the way, after this, Ryan Garcia, he goes on to assault his baby mama, which he had to get an order of protection. Then he was in a hotel room and vandalized room and got led out the damn hotel, arrested with a Magneto helmet on so he wouldn't hurt himself.
I heard about that
so
too.
All of these things, and Tank Davis was defending him for popping dirty. Then Tank Davis goes to, he tells his audience, hey, I'm fighting in Houston at the Toyota Center, December 14th. I said, okay. All right. And then we found out that there was never an event booked there. I said, what the hell's going on here? So there was some money issues with the company he works with, right? Then he tries to leave during that, before that was canceled, he tried to leave for his birthday and go to Japan. But the lady, the judge didn't let him go. They said, yo, you got ankle gear on.
That's what I'm saying. No, he still got plastic on.
He said, yo, you can't go nowhere. What are you doing? So I said, wait a minute. He's supposed to be training for a fight, but he's trying to leave the country. And then somebody sent me some information. They said, yo, the block in Baltimore that he bought, he sold it. After they allegedly tried to burn it down. And that was another thing I missed. Somebody tried to burn it down, and I said, and I didn't say anything. But I said, to me, it sounds like he's trying to collect some insurance money.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That goes without saying.
I'm saying it looked like and I didn't say it right away. I said, it looked like he's trying to show the judge, I'm a reformed guy. Take this ankle bracelet off so I can train now and get to fighting. They're like, no, you can make your living here, but you ain't going to Tokyo, Okinawa, Japan, or wherever you want to go for your birthday.
Facts.
Get out of here.
Facts.
So this kid, the reason why I'm sharing all of this is because I'm helping y'all see what kind of person he is. And although the OGs kept him out of the street, he didn't catch a case until he touched $1 million, I believe. You wait until now to start catching felonies and shit? That's what we're doing? So I'm looking at his OGs like, yo, bro, y'all are former street people from what I understand. Y'all not done raising this kid? Because he's a grown adolescent. All right? That shit he pulled with Devin Haney, pulling up on him in the at a lounge or a club or whatever, you know. Look, I can go on and on. What I'm saying is Tank Davis has a bunch of character flaws. And who's following him? A group of people with character flaws. And you heard one on 78 Sports TV's panel today. And I said, I'd have felt a little relieved that dude was like 20 years old. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, he's young and dumb. This was a 41-year-old man, bro. 41 years old. And I'm supposed to want to go to a Tank fight? And now they're bringing the bullshit back to the Barclays in New York? I'll have none of it. One of my boys said, yo, man, I'm going to be in town for the week. I think I'm going to go check out that Tank Davis fight. I told him a week ago, good luck. I ain't going there. He said, why? Don't you get credentials? I said, first of all, I ain't trying to get no credential. Second of all, if they denied my brother Marco and if they denied my brother Blue Blood, they're definitely not going to deny. I ain't going to get one. All they're going to do is say, Drew Titan, let's go to his channel and put his name in. You'll see like 30 videos of me just telling the truth about him. I don't have to lie on the kid. I ask his fans all the time, yeah, you don't like what I have to say? Tell me when I lied on him. I don't have to. Everything I told y'all is true about him. The kid is a walking character flaw. And now you see the people, his fanatics that follow him. Now it makes sense. You heard it today. And it made me sad, and then it made me ignorant. But then when he was talking about, oh, this is what we do, and that's what he was talking about, I said, man, I'm not putting all of that on the DMV. Hell no. That's you niggas. That's you niggas. That's just a handful of y'all with that ignorant shit.
One apple don't spoil the bunch, man.
That's right. I'm not putting that on the DMV. That's him. And that's why when people say to me, why you always talking about Tank? I'm like, yo, listen, I don't like that kid, like how he behaves, and I don't like his fan base because he enables that shit. And they say, oh, Tank from the streets. He's not a street kid. He's a gym rat.
And that's another thing too. They assume hood with everything we do.
Yeah.
True.
Everything we do. So you can't be just famous for just doing this or hooping or boxing or whatever it is. But he from here. Yeah, you know he got that in him. Why is it about that? Why can't be a man can't be a good player or she can't be a good singer? Something like that.
It's so sad. And I was upset all day today. Because, on my break, I went back and I re-listened to some of that stuff, and I can't believe what I was hearing, man. And salute to Stephen X, because he was on the panel. And salute to the OG Mr. Mont. He was on the panel. And he said something very key. Mr. Mont said, man, I'm not trying to reform these kids because I'm afraid of them. And I understood, when you get around these kids, Mr. Mont, he from the South. He got his hand on his hammer. He ain't trying to Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris people in the street. No.
Yes.
You exercise your Second Amendment right and you keep it pushing. You ain't play with these kids because some of these kids you can't reform them. And some of these kids grow up to be 41-year-old grown adolescents. And I'm not talking bad about, I don't even know who homie was, but it was sad to listen to.
Mindset was awful.
It was so like, I was like, this is I'm like deflated, bro. I'm deflated from this because you know what? I don't like being right about things like this. I want to be so wrong. It's like when you see the 60-year-old gangbanger, it's like, dogs, you're 60.
Right. You should be grateful.
There's a pension plan in gangbanging.
Right. Why are you still out there?
What are you doing on the block, man? Where did it get you? There's a pension plan there? It's 60-year-old gangbanger. And you on the block with your belly out, looking crazy.
Still giving out directions.
Yeah. You was born like in 1965. What are you doing, my man? What are you doing? This ain't cool. This is not the move right here. You should be setting an example. I'll never forget. I was watching my brother, that dude named Dave. And he had a troll in the chat. And I'm watching it. This is like a couple of years ago. And I'm watching it. And Dave got pissed. He said, you know what? I'm going to drop the link for you. Because dude kept showing up. So he dropped the link. And when dude clicked on the link, I almost threw my goddamn phone out my damn window, man.
What happened, bro?
First of all, it was an old man.
Get out of here.
It was an old man. The guy I listened to him. I think he was retired from the military. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He was retired from the military, right? And he got mad whenever Dave spoke about his accomplishments, which was strange to me because Derek, you remember that? I remember the way Dave speaks. He talks about what he does, but he doesn't talk about it to throw it in your face. He talks about it to motivate you, saying, yo, look, I'm not any better than any of you guys. This is what I have. This is what I accomplished. Why can't you do it? This dude interrupted his entire show and got on there and started talking like a child. And in the midst of that ignorance, Dave was telling him, like, yo, this is how you grow on your YouTube channel, man? He said, wait a minute. So Dave started educating him on what to do with his YouTube channel. And then in the midst of that, he said, well, yo, look, you do your own research, man. Get out of here. But Dave did tell him. Dave told him. He said, how old are you? And dude was like in his 50s. And he said, you know, that's interesting. You're talking about my hair, which is suspect in itself. You're talking about, oh man, stop talking about your house and stop talking about your accomplishments. No. Because what he's talking about, he's motivating people to do better. Right? And he says, you know, I'm supposed to be looking up to you. You're a veteran. You're retired. And you're in my chat. Yeah, and you're in my chat beef with me. Why? Now, what's more destructive? Talking about your accomplishments and telling your audience you can do the same shit I'm doing? Or trolling in the chat at 504 years old, telling the youngin to shut up while not telling the people that's following you to do what you do.
Facts.
If you want to go to the military, do that. Or I went to the military for 2 decades and I hated it. Do something else. Why are you talking to the youngin and telling them to stop doing something positive? Dave's not on there talking about robbing and stealing. And I just looked at that. Yeah, that's right, Derek. Dude had 20 years in the military. Why his teeth look like that? His fronts was messed up. I'm looking at it like, what the fuck's wrong with his mouth?
Bro.
Yo, you look like a
he was there
barracuda.
for 20 years, don't mean he did anything while he was there for them 20 years.
Look like he been chewing on bricks.
Dude looked like he chewed on tacks. Remember tacks?
Yeah.
He chewed on them. I was like, I can't believe this. He got on the live and really cut on the camera. That was insane.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, this was crazy. Yeah, Derek, he made a video. Yeah, thanks, Dave. You got my likes up. I haven't seen that dude since. He don't even know how YouTube works, but I'm saying this was an older black man. Instead of making peace and learning and building, he made war for no reason. Now, how's that relatable to Tank Davis? He behaves like that. And on a Muslim front, that's haram. Y'all could look that up. How he treats another Muslim in Devon, that's haram. That's what it is. That's what it is. And if he can do all of this and still claim that he's of the Islamic faith, what are the kids that are watching him who are infatuated with him? What are they thinking? Remember what I said about Charles Barkley? Whether he liked it or not, he was a role model. And I understand what he said. I'm not a role model. I understand that. He said parents should be role models. I understand that. But look, man, Charles Barkley is a top 50 all-time player. No matter what he did, people was watching him. Heavy as a head that weighed the crown, man.
Yeah.
So as a community, I was very disappointed. Today, I was very disappointed. I was like kind of like in a funk today. That really like, it messed me up, man. It messed me up. This can't be us. That brother was 41 years old. This cannot be us, man.
And that's the new norm, bro. The way they talking out here is the way they living out here is all they know. And that's why the young people are doing it the same, but worse.
You know,
sad part is social media is giving them more of a, more exposure. I mean, before we could just be like, it's just a small sector of people, but that small sector is getting more attention.
No matter how big or small your platform is, somebody's always watching you.
Facts.
Whether you upload your video and you only see 150 views or you see 1,500 views, somebody's watching you. And I don't hide who I am. That's why I turn my camera on. I don't have a gimmick that, just to make money. I mean, I say move. I actually got it from somewhere. I just amplify it. I'm transparent, but I'm responsible. I've had my meltdowns online. I have. But I can always explain what I've done and why I've done it. I'm not perfect. I've had to apologize to 2 people online the whole time I've been on here, and I've actually pulled up on their channel and apologized, because that's what adults do. But I haven't been depressed over anything online like I was today in my life, man. This shit depressed me, man, and it made me do a lot of thinking. I'm like, man, I had no idea how lost this kid's fan base is. I mean, I've joked about it. You know, I've got monkey videos all over the place. You know, I've trolled them back. Mm-hmm. But today, this is not a joke, man. This is not a joke. What I heard today, and the dude was so, I'm not gonna say articulate, but he stood on that business of ignorance. Mm-hmm. And again, I can't get over the fact that this was a 41-year-old man. It bothered me, man. And he stood on it. He didn't see the issue. I'm from the gutter, and we rob and steal, and that's just who we are. That's all I heard. That's not who you are, man. You're ringing the dinner bell. And I like what the OG Mr. Mont said. He said, man, this orange motherfucker we got in the White House right now, he's not playing. Mm-mm. Wasn't they about to send the armed forces into Chicago?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Bro, do y'all know what would have happened if they sent tanks into Chicago? Buildings would have been getting knocked over, man. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, man. You think the U.S. military can't fix that gang problem in like a week? When enough's enough. When I heard that, when they said, yo, man, we about to send the armed forces, I said, yo, no one's safe. D block, O block, whoever, whatever block, Bloods, Crips, y'all about to get this work. Because y'all don't know what war is. Y'all run around with these pistols and shit. Yo, the Navy, not the Navy, the Army and the Marines, they'll send SEAL Team 6, 7, and 9 and bust y'all ass in a week. They will fix y'all in a week. Yeah. That smoke, when they got to send the military to your door, that's smoke you don't want. You're not ready for it. You tough now. But that smoke you don't want. Y'all be sitting there playing your PS5 and a smoke bomb will come through the window, and before you blink, all y'all on the floor. And y'all better pray y'all alive.
Hell yeah.
Because they coming in there, that's not the police. These guys have a license to kill. When you have to send the military in there, they're like, yo, remember RoboCop? Dead or alive, you're coming with me, RoboCop.
Facts.
They got to send the military there, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it didn't happen. But don't think for 2 seconds that this dude in the White House, he's trying to work here. He's trying to do some things. He ain't got time to be sidetracked by you niggas.
Exactly.
He ain't playing with y'all. And he ain't gonna have no problem putting boot to throat.
Yeah.
Boot to throat. And he ain't gonna think twice about it.
Yes, yes.
So all this super thug that you talking about, cut it out, man. Cut it out. This is crazy stuff. And you talking, this kid is a boxer, man. Why are you talking about it's gonna be, oh, if we have it in DMV, he basically said it's gonna be a war. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, free fall. Mm-hmm.
What he just told me was, I'm never going there for any sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore Ravens. What other teams y'all got?
Orioles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going. I will never go. I could have front row seats for free. I'm not going. Because I ain't got time to be ducking bullets.
No, you can go see both of them. They ain't got no money to be up in there anyway. Trust me.
It ain't that bad, Drew. Don't even hold us to like that, bro.
The tickets be costly, and they're not rolling up the M&T.
You already. Yeah.
And the yard either. Like, they're not the two safest places you could be.
Blue collar guy. Blue collar guy in the chat. Yo, bro, I don't know anything about. I have friends in the military. I don't know a mother effing thing. You know better than me. But I know the Marines, what I do know is they think outside the box. They're the first ones in and the last ones out. You can send 10 Marines in the Chi-Town and they'll fix that shit in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That I know. And that's smoke that no gang member wants over there.
No matter how hard you is.
Yup. I don't care how hard you are. Or y'all be in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
It's or dead.
And that's Call of Duty for real, yeah.
I mean, it really bothered me listening to that brother today, man. And those are the peers? Those are, I mean, those are the
elders.
Those are the elders?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Like, it ain't that far to get to New York, man. It ain't but about 30 minutes on the plane. I'm like, man, so you gonna invest in travel to act the fool? Mm-hmm. I mean, he's like, it just ain't nothing but a thing. I was like, ooh.
Oh, man.
Man, hold on one second. I'm sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I be too much going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm upset. But let me ask y'all a question. Do you see any way we as a community can fix dudes like that? How do we do it?
First thing we got to do is admit it's a problem.
That's step one.
Yeah, because I'd have cut him mid-sentence. Mid-sentence. You gotta go.
And it starts within too. You know what I mean? Like, not only recognizing the problem, but doing something. I mean, but first, when are you going to recognize the problem? And second of all, when are you going to, how you say, take care of that problem or find a solution to that problem?
Well, we've identified the problem. Negroes like that are the problem.
True.
Now we're on YouTube. I can't say what I really feel needs to be done. And I'll just say this. There's been many times where I've been on my Charles Bronson thoughts. I've been on my Charles Bronson, if you know, you know, my Charles Bronson thought process. Mm-hmm. But we can't do that. But I want to.
Man, just want to pull out the mag.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah,
is there fixing somebody at that age? Because y'all heard it. Can he be rehabilitated?
No.
No.
Because his frame of reference is so small. Because I'm sure we all, you know what I'm saying, we all been to DC, we all been to, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, we all some Miami, we all been to, you know what I'm saying, major cities. And everybody knows that, you know what I'm saying, one part of DC is not the same as, you know what I'm saying, another part of DC. Where he was talking was Baltimore and DC was just these cesspools where it was just, you know what I'm saying, just violence 24/7 and nobody has a way out and you got to fight for, you know what I'm saying, every little scrap or anything that you might get, when we all know that's not the case. I mean, dude, if you that old and that's all you've seen, you got a whole different problem.
Hey sis, that's what I was talking about. Like, there's violence all over in every city. That's like saying you could say Cali with the known Bloods and Crips is a violent city. Is Cali going to not have no more fights and promote no more events in that state?
Man, ain't Little Rock, Arkansas like one of the worst cities like ever?
Seriously. Yep.
But, you know, don't y'all hate it? How many times y'all been online and y'all made a comment about police brutality and some person with the General Lee flag comments on your comment and starts talking about Chicago and black on black crime? How many times has happened to you?
I've been to Chicago numerous times, and I'm gonna be for real. I heard more gunshots and uproar and unrest in Des Moines, Iowa, than I did in Chicago. Just being real.
Damn.
because the area of Chicago where I was, we didn't have trouble.
You know what's frightening? Yeah, Drumming for Life. I saw that banging in Little Rock. That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. You know what's frightening? The man that was on the panel today. The odds that he's procreated. What is he teaching those seeds?
Oh,
What we
man.
heard today.
Facts. Nothing but.
So they gonna be the ones right with him. They're gonna be the first ones he gonna pick up when it's time to act a fool. That was gonna be stop one on the way to the fight.
Oh, they know, bro.
It's our time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Judith says, I'm from Chicago. TV and YouTube makes it more than what it is. I got family in Chicago right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. I also know about those guns before. Account of my brother, salute. Before the internet in the 90s, the early 90s, my mama got a phone call because a relative found a crate of guns, not loaded, in one alley and across town. That's where the ammo was. And these were not guns you could buy in a shop.
Facts.
These are military issued. Now, what the fuck was that doing in a black neighborhood?
You know why?
Crate of guns here, the ammunition on the other side of town. What was that doing there?
Yeah, that's plant. That's plant. That's planet, bro.
And I heard about that 1991. And I said, that is strange. These are not things that they were selling at a damn gun shop. So how did that get there? Come on now. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. It's a setup, but it's up to us. And from what I was told was people were like, okay, everyone's grabbing one. I don't want to get caught out there. I better grab one for my protection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because little Ray just grabbed one, and we know he's on that type of time. And now he's armed up.
Right. Now you got to get into a war for the ammo.
Right.
You got one side with the gun, the other side with the ammo. Now y'all coming together because I need what you got.
That's right. And then we got
not only that, it's for to take you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna wait for you to give it to me. I'm just gonna come take it.
And your homies and everybody else in your family is meant to take us out, period, as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
This is sad because that's what bothered me, because I'm listening to this man. I said, there's a high probability that he has children. And that's my concern. Because if he's far gone, I'm not trying to rehab no 40-year-old man.
No,
Right? You know whose job is to perform and rehabilitate? The prison system. That's their job. But I'm worried about these kids.
Well, yeah, he going at 40. They're not even gonna rehabilitate him. They just gonna work him till he fall out.
Mm-hmm. And with examples like that, and few examples like us and people that's positive, it's like they outnumbering the positive, man. So
exactly.
Yeah, this is I don't know how to fix this, man. I've led by example. I lead by example with this show. I lead by example with my family. I lead by example by showing that I give a shit about not only black people, but Americans as a whole, the world as a whole. You know what I'm saying? All I do is I speak down on what's wholly evil, and I want it away from us. When I say us, I mean more than black people. If look, I don't want to get deep, man. But when you're a certain age, you know what's righteous and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that there's evil in this world. I do believe that. And it's a war out here.
For real, Memphis is a fool.
It's a war out here, you know, and I need people to be safe out here. And I want the ignorance away from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I can't put it into words how heartbroken I was listening to that shit today, man. I really was. I was really like, my coworker was like, "Whoa, what's wrong with you?" I was like wearing it on my face. I'm like, "Nah, nothing." You know, and I was bothered. I said, "I can't believe this shit." That man was in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he got kids. And to hear him speak,
with
like,
such pride about
he had pride about ignorance. And I said, this is not us. This cannot be us. It cannot be.
That's like having a female raising a daughter and all she knows is twerking. So
Oh, man. Oh, you know what my next show is? I think I might do this Monday.
Yeah.
The Sassy Man Apocalypse is upon us.
Oh, what we doing?
Bro,
What we doing?
been seeing too many videos of these
I feel you there.
boys.
Yeah, I love Memphis.
Yeah, these boys just walking around and they look normal until they start talking. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And they don't be gay, but then when you hear their mama talk, it's like, oh,
Tape recorder.
Facts.
popping. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
The hell?
And she's raising him in her image.
Yep.
And he can't have no girlfriend because he's in competition with his girlfriend and he don't know why. It
Hey,
is.
bro.
Oh my God, man. I'm gonna move to the moon, man.
Big bro, I had did a short, I think almost a year ago to the day. I gotta find it and I'm gonna put it back up. There's a mother putting makeup on a young boy. Now tell me where.
How do we combat that? What are we supposed to do with that?
Hey, I'm just a message. But to tell her she's wrong is another issue.
You're not gonna hear that.
Is that not child abuse?
Child abuse.
Yeah.
Child abuse. Come on, man. That's
child abuse.
That's child abuse plus.
Check this out. I was watching Theo Coop.
Yeah.
I was watching bits and pieces of Theo Coop this morning. Was it this morning or yesterday? I think it was this morning. He played a clip. Some officers had to arrest a man because he got into a physical altercation with his son. I think.
Yeah, I seen that.
Son, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? His son is part of the broken wrist community. And he came home wearing eyeliner. And the father was like, you can't do that because we're raising an 8-year-old, man. The 8-year-old don't need to see you doing that. You can't tone it down until you leave the crib.
Right.
Like go out. I can't control what you do when you're outside. But he said, when you come here, you do what I tell you to do. And then when you get older to move out the house, you can do whatever you want to do. But when my house, my rules. And this sassy mofo obviously went back and forth with the father. The father, did what he did, like put paws on him, beat him bad. And he shook him up and put him out. They came back and dude he was already out on bond. So apparently he was in them streets. And because things were what they were, the cops actually agreed with him, but they were like, sorry, due to Florida law.
They had to, by law, they had to do something. Right.
Yeah, and they locked him up, man. And I'm watching that today, and I was like, my God, we can't even raise our goddamn kids. They're gonna give these little niggas a 1-800 number.
Yeah.
And that in combination with 78's panel today,
is why we in the situation we're in.
It just drained me physically today. I was like in a funk all day. I ain't do no push-ups today. That's how fucked up I was.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I understand.
Damn, bro.
Prior to you sending me the link, I watched Crips and Cure show today. It was this woman, and I'm using that term loosely, fighting her son.
What?
He had to be somewhere between. Y'all, I had to pull. I was on my way to the grocery store. I had to pull over and cry. I ain't never in my life seen. So I understand. I ain't never in my life seen nothing like that. I mean, she fighting him, titties all out. She yelling and screaming. because she ran out of gas and she wanted him to walk to the gas station, which was like 6 miles from where she broke down. And instead of him walking to go get the gas, he called his aunt. Came and brought her the gas. And she flipped out, y'all. Seriously, I ain't never in my life. So I mean, I get it. Like I still ain't all the way together from that.
Do we care too much? Are we supposed to just fall back and just say, you know what, this is what it is?
Yeah,
do we care too much?
Because it became the new norm, big bro. It became the new norm.
We cannot make this be the norm.
Facts.
Because if we just sit back and let it go on, then we know better than the people that's doing it.
Facts, but we done it and we done it too long. Now doing this and justifying it, that's been what it is. Now, like I said, from women and young women twerking to, like Big Bro said, Tank and them justifying him as being hood, us as being hood. What are we doing?
Let me say this. I will say that I'm rough on Tank. That's the sport, though, because I expected better from him. But the behavior outside the ring, there's still time for him to fix that. But if he doesn't give a shit to fix it, and he's enabled by 40-year-old men,
it's probably gonna get worse.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to do with that? I can't fix that. And you got 41-year-old men saying that that's okay. And I'm from B-More, and this is what we do. And I'm like, oh my God, no, brother, no, don't do that to him. Encourage him to be the best athlete he can be.
Right.
How he behaves outside the ring, please check that.
Mm-hmm.
Please. And no one on his side is doing it. They're just enabling it. You know, he's, and I cannot. You see, I can say this is not the whole DMV, but one person on the outside looking in will hear that fool today on 78's panel and say that's the whole DMV, and that's not true.
Yeah,
that is not true. I know that's not true. That's why we can't stand on ignorance, man. We cannot stand on ignorance. You can love the athlete for whatever you like, his hair, his braids, if you're gay, whatever it is. And I'm being serious with the gay shit. Whatever it is, it's your business. It's none of mine. I'm about the sport. But when you start acting a fool outside the ring, you have a responsibility because they look at you and they come to us and ask what's up with you. They do it all the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't new. Y'all might not know. Y'all know who Adrian Broner is?
Yes.
10 years ago, every time he did something stupid, they ran to the black channels.
Facts.
What about this? What you gonna do with AB? And I'm like, oh my God, man. And it got to the point where he was doing things that we were no longer interested in defending because we did it already. We were on code doing it. And God damn it, it's like that right now with this kid Tank. It's like that right now. And I don't like it. I don't like it, but he makes it hard to defend him. When you're running around high-fiving Ryan Garcia after everything he said and done. Everything. These cats will never, ever learn, man. And he's not going to learn if he don't have OGs pulling his coattails saying, Tank, here's why you don't do what you do in the public eye. This is why you don't say certain things. All of the shit he said on Twitter, he tweets and deletes. It's not a good look because they're taking that behavior and they're normalizing it. And it's not normal.
Big bro, I'm going to go ahead. I just want to touch on the subject real quick.
Go ahead.
Socializing the norm or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Ja Morant, Hank Davis,
Mhm.
for example, we're gonna take those two.
Mhm.
Came in the league. I mean, straight up and down, whatever they was doing. What's the norm for us? What they say is black people. Next thing you know, you seen them dreaded up and tatted up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the norm for us. That's
Mhm.
hood for us. That's what they socialize for us. And then all you got to add is the character.
Mhm.
Well, like the
And these are the. Let me tell y'all something. Let me ask y'all, and I'm gonna ask the chat. Who are the leaders in the black community?
clown.
For far as
Who do we turn to? Who's our voice piece? When
Entertainers
when,
and athletes, and that's the problem.
oh,
when we need leadership, we need a mouthpiece. In the '80s, Al Sharpton tried to be that guy. Jesse Jackson.
He was compromised back then.
Say again, sweetie.
I said Al was compromised back then. He been compromised.
He was an FBI informant. I know.
Mhm.
FBI informant. You know.
I mean, we really haven't had one since.
probably since then.
Yeah.
Period.
It wasn't Barack
I'm gonna have to go
Obama.
back to Martin Luther King.
Listen. Nah,
Yeah,
that's
Dr. King,
going
yeah.
way back in the revolution.
Seriously, who?
It wasn't Barack Obama.
Nope.
He was never for us.
Barack Obama.
Oh, no.
And no disrespect to him, I'm just saying he was the American president. He wasn't the voice for black people.
Right.
I can't think of one. We got some good mouthpieces around.
Well, it's to the point where as though they're getting non-black people to speak for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know what? I just thought about something. I was watching Real Skill with Israel Mills. What's up, Iz? And Beans was on. I don't know if y'all know Beans, but he was kind of alluding to that, and how we really don't have, leadership, and how in today's time, the face of black manhood is basically half breeds.
Mm-hmm.
He was named like Drake, Patrick Mahomes, a couple other folks. He was like, what happened to black men being the face of black men? I was like, you got a point.
We had some people that tried to lead the charge. I appreciated Spike Lee in his message. He said, "Screw Hollywood."
We tried.
Denzel always worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our black actors been compromised.
Everybody's been compromised, bro.
Yeah, because I was with Denzel too. He jumped up and was over there trying to, support Will Smith after he slapped Chris Rock in the face at the Oscars. I was like, Denzel, we don't put you in the power of press though. That wasn't a move.
The black church been compromised. I see what you're saying, Snoopy, and I understand. The black church been compromised too.
Yeah, long time.
There's been
it's just been it's just like it's an agenda, and it's just been, just the systematic, progression. We're gonna take this from you, we're gonna take that from you, we're gonna take this, we're gonna take that. Yeah. And now we don't have nothing left.
Yeah, and belt to ass. I see what you're saying, brother. We can lead ourselves, and I agree with that 110%. But we got a lot of false prophets out here. And you know what the problem is with leading ourselves? When one person emerges and starts getting a lot of traction, you find out that every brother ain't your brother.
Ain't that the truth? And just because somebody leading don't mean they know what they talking about. Like,
I'll give you an example. Yeah, for majority of y'all in the chat know, 78 created the LDBC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a brilliant thing, and we're making a lot of moves. And I was following 78 for a decade before I even started doing content. I started doing content to support his movement because I believed in it, and here we are. You know how many people attack that brother for the LDBC, and we don't. You know what we do? We just talk boxing and other things that we keep to ourselves. We're a community. It's the Lions Den boxing community, not gang. Community. But if you put that in a search bar anywhere, you'll see 20 negative things before you get to one of our channels. It's an amazing thing. And the majority of the people that talk crap about us are who? Black people. Black people. And it's like, it's people say, what the hell did we do to him? What the hell did I do to this guy? What the hell? What did that? What? I don't know what we did, and I'm done trying to figure anything out, because you know what? Who shot Malcolm X? Who pulled the trigger? I ain't say who set him up. I'm saying who pulled the trigger. It was a Negro, man. It was a Negro. And you know why Malcolm X got offed? I'm gonna put it bluntly. It was jealousy, y'all.
Exactly.
And he just wanted to leave. I didn't want to get too deep, but he wanted to leave and say, look, what they got going on over here, I'm not a part of that, but y'all go ahead. I'm going to be over here, because he went to Mecca and got educated. He didn't like how things was running here. He didn't cut them down. He wanted to leave peacefully, and people were going to follow Brother Malcolm.
Yeah,
and it was, get your hands.
You're not going to be here.
Get your hands out of what? My pockets.
This is facts.
And they see the brother 78 doing what he does. We have meetups. The stars come out and support us too. We made a lot of friends within the industry, right? And people can't stand that. You have a lot of copycats that came along. You had the people that rode our coattails, and once they got monetized, they leave, and they found that there's money in talking bad about what we do, and talk about the opposite. If we say up, they say down. If we say right, they say left. If we say north, they say south. We say east, they say west. And it's profitable for them. So we dealt with a lot of that, man. But we're still here. We are the Black Wall Street of YouTube, of social media. We are.
Hold on. Let me respond to something real quick. This is Delta A. Leader talk is leader conversations are directed towards our community, because we're the only ones who do not have one that everybody knows.
Read that one more time.
What did he say? He said, I guess he was saying something with Mike S. He said, why is this leader talk only directed to our community? Because we don't have any. Other groups and nationalities and races of people, so forth, so on. They got folks. If we go to the small hat community and be like, okay, look, we're trying to do A, B, and C. They're gonna be like, oh, you need to see the rabbi, you need to see such and such. If we going to, Chinatown, and be like, look, we trying to, get in with y'all. Oh, well, you need to go see Ching Lee, Wu Feng Wu. They got a list of folks you need to go see. We need something for the white man. We go see A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Somebody comes into the black folk and be like, hey, we trying to get the child to do something. Who they doing it?
Does a majority
directed to our community, because
I don't think a majority of our community respects leadership anymore.
They don't.
No, not at all.
Yes, okay, see, Belt, you're doing too much. Yes, they do.
Facts. They got a problem from authority, from the government all the way down to even to where they work, to even in their household. So
yeah, can't do nothing.
Leadership is very important, y'all. Leadership is very important, because when you got a bunch of people with ideas and they think they could lead, what happens is you have anarchy. You have a lot of backstabbing. Y'all ever heard me dumb it down, like in a cartoon form? I told y'all, the reason why the Legion of Doom will never beat the Justice League is because they will eventually beat themselves, because everybody in the Legion of Doom, they're leaders. At the end of the day, the Joker's going to backstab the Penguin Penguin's going to backstab Lex Luthor's going to get backstabbed by Gorilla Grodd. All of those guys are looking to backstab each other. Just give them a minute. And to me, in a sense, I look online and I hear people talk, I'll give you an example. I understand leadership. I'm a leader, but in order to be a leader, what do you got to do first? You got to be a great soldier. You got to be a great soldier. You understand? How do you learn how to be a father? Hopefully you learn from your father. You understand? The thing is, I've heard people talk about 78 like a dog. Oh, why are people following him? As soon as they said that, I was like, yo, look at that. You're mad because no one's following you.
Yeah, quite right there.
If you had the ball, you'd fumble it.
Facts.
You don't know how this thing runs.
Real shit.
You don't know what we do behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not making millions of dollars. They don't assume that, oh, 78 is taking all their money. And no. And if you let him tell it, he could have sold the LDBC out. I know the exact number, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number behind it because we're that powerful. We move the needle like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're that powerful. They offered him big bread to compromise his channel and start talking down on the people we had relationships with and talk up the rivals. I know the number. I'm not going to say it here. That's for him to say. But I know the number. When I say they, I'm talking about companies. They tried to give me a number to compromise me.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like they did the Nation, which got Malcolm X killed.
They trying to buy you out, homie.
Man, I'll tell you the number. It was $20,000.
You bullshit.
I'm not bullshitting. $20,000 spread out over 5 months.
Yo.
They wanted me to talk up British fighters. Here's my right hand, I swear. They want me to talk up British fighters and not talk about the Errol Spencers of the world so much.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They wanted me to talk up the Lomachenkos. They referred me to British boxing channels. And I said, this gotta be a troll. This isn't real. They want me to respond and say, well, how much money, how much more are we talking, whatever. I said, so they can go to their channel and say, Drew responded, look. I deleted it. I called 78. I said, yo, check this out, blah, 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 blah. He said, nope, that was real. Then Black Fight Fan got an offer. I'm telling you, BFTB got an offer. They out here. That's how I know what we do here is important, man. And I said, man, I'm shocked that people see value in my tiny ass channel. But I reach a lot of ears. When I went to Vegas for Wilder Fury 3, a whole British family knew who I was. Oh, you're the guy. I said, huh? What? Oh, you're the guy that had the Sugar Hill. I said, I'm not Sugar Hill. No, you're the guy that interrogated him. I said, it was a conversation. It was an interrogation. I'm taking a picture with a whole British white family. Everybody knew who I was. I said, well, shit. Damn. At the time, I only had like 5,000 subs. Less than that. I said, shit. That was crazy.
I want to be just like you when I grow up, big bro.
Man, listen, I'm just a dude from the Bronx who talks boxing, and I don't know everything.
Yeah.
I don't know everything. I just love the sport, and the sport don't love me back.
Yeah.
And outside of boxing, I was told that I have a lot to add, so I added. And when I start talking a certain way, the internet starts sending you different people to look at. That's how I found Dave. That's how I found you. That's how I found Armanaz. I found Messi Michonne. And then Theo Coop, when he only had like 100 and something subs, he popped up. I said, I like this brother. I was there on his first live. Look at him now. And all I want is continued success for everybody. How many times y'all heard me say there's enough out here for everyone to get it, man? I would love. I don't want enemies. It's called social media.
Yeah.
I didn't get on here to make enemies. I want to help people build. Man, I'm so happy for Theo. I said, damn, when I found this channel, word is born, he only had like 500 subs or something like that, less than that. And I was like, man, I like him. I like the way he was reviewing, things. I said, I like this brother, subscribe. And I would get in the comment section, I'd say some stuff. He did his first live. It was with a choppy camera. Next thing you know, he had a viral moment. Look at the brother now. I call him up and ask him for advice. That's what I'm talking about. I want all my people's continued success.
Yes,
I'm not the hate cloth, man. Guess what? Pep Talk let me tell you how things go. He went viral. Now he got over 100-something thousand subs. He doubled back and helped Pep Talk get monetized.
Damn.
I got about an easy 300 subs because of him.
Shit.
Now, what if?
Help me.
What if I was an asshole and just started trolling him and he still had the viral moment? Please. He could have got this, said, don't subscribe to that guy. He's an asshole.
And you'd have been dead in the water.
I've been dead in the water.
I've seen that happen though.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this is why relationships are important. You never ever know who's out here. Some of these cats are absolute rock stars. You know, it warms my heart to see Messi Michonne in my chat dropping a super sticker.
Mm-hmm.
She be cooking.
Yeah, facts.
And I want everybody's continued success, man. I want everyone's continued success. You'd be amazed about how many people have hit me up behind the scenes. And, you know, I got a lot going on in my personal life, but I try and make time for everybody. I'm not asking for no money or nothing. I want everybody to get it, man. And especially in this day and age,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to need each other, man.
Damn straight.
This economy is fucked up. I bet you everybody that has a federal job that didn't take that $80,000 payout, they're getting laid off now. I bet you they wish they had a fucking YouTube channel now.
You ain't know.
True.
You see what I mean? Shit is real out here. I ain't got time to be fighting with people, especially with people that look like me, my people, these people. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So you gotta understand, when I see Tank and how he's moving and shaking, it's a downer, man. Do better, young man. Do better. And I'm not even talking boxing right now. Do better as a black man. That's what
anybody saying this to him is my question.
Yeah.
Man.
Anybody close who's got, you know what I'm saying, access to his ear. Because that's another thing. I think, you know what I'm saying, as far as us trying to change things, we gotta be okay with cutting off people's access.
We do.
Facts, sis.
Let me show
That's
y'all.
real stuff.
Turn the camera off. You know.
See that?
Yeah.
This is a short read.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important. The Willie Lynch letter and the making of a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm gonna have to take this to Patreon, this right here.
Okay.
Because cats ain't ready. Cats ain't ready. But we are diseased. We are diseased, and we're bred for excellence. But when we get in our own way, it's hard, man. It's so difficult, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we deal with a lot. We deal with a lot with each other. If y'all knew, I'll talk to y'all behind the scenes about what I've been dealing with YouTube.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dealing with a lot with YouTube.
So you see, I just got out of YouTube prison, and a friend of mine had to call in a favor to get me all the way out.
Wow.
Since you know my situation, y'all know my situation. So
I wasn't even in jail. They hit me with a copyright strike and took my monetization in a 12-hour span. Yeah.
Yo. You know what? I'm not going to say it on air.
Prison. I couldn't nothing.
I'm not going to say it on air, but they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar real bad. And I will say this. Y'all heard me refer to Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel is an entity, but it's very real.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught that ass. I'll let y'all know behind the scenes.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, at this point, we got them dead to rights. They're in complete violation of the partnership program.
Mm.
They got me, but I fixed them. They got my brother Kano Loco. They got my brother Black Martial Arts Society.
Shout out to Black Martial Arts Society.
Yup. They got Stormy B-Man. They had got Tay Jones. They got a lot of us on some bull. They got Tay. He just now got it back. But they got his channel was growing, and they snatched it with that reuse content shit.
That's how they got me. That's how they got me. When I was doing because I did the RNC, I did DNC. So from the day Trump got shot to they cut me off. Like literally, the stream that they got me on the copyright strike for had 200,000 views when I turned it off.
Fuck.
Are you serious?
I ain't even joking, y'all. It had 200,000 views when I turned it off. Then the stream I did the night before that had 90,000. It's still up, and they try to hit me with the reuse content. It was literally the stream the night before.
Oh.
I had to, because at 12 hours it turned off automatically. I had this. If you go back and look at it, it's 11 hours and 55 minutes. Derek Gaines was on that stream. I was like, look, y'all, I have to turn this off in case I need to make some edits, because at 12 hours it's gonna shut down and I ain't gonna be able to do nothing with it. I had to stop it, but we could have kept going. I'm like, and I think in that 2-day span, I think I got like 1,000 subs. It was like,
damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like I was getting it, but I mean I was putting in the work. I mean I was coming on 2 or 3 times a day. If it was something going on, I was there. Especially when we were getting into the debunking the Project 2025.
Right. Yeah. I was
and
around.
I think that's when people started getting pissed off, because I mean I had folks from both sides coming in, but I mean we were having the conversation.
Right.
But yeah, like they was like, yeah, that reused content, and I was like, well, what was reused in it? Like, when they, saying when they take your monetization, like you can appeal. And I did my appeal, and they was like, well, we're not gonna grant it because you didn't explain your editing process.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, what we doing?
That's bullshit.
On a live stream, nothing.
This.
Were they specific as to why they did it? Did
No.
they tell you exactly what
The monetization part, no. The copyright strike, it was from the Guardian. So F y'all. And what it was a piece where it was talking about this 25-year-old that was running for some kind of office in Georgia, and he was running on the Democrat side, and people in the chat was talking about because he was talk about he was supporting Kamala and all of that, and the people in the chat was going in. I wasn't saying too much of nothing, but the crazy part was that clip was in there, but I had gone to like 3 or 4 other channels because it was on the end of Trump going back to Butler when he got shot. That was So that stream, at one point, that stream had 1,700 people in it. Like it was, that thing was on fire. And then I think the guy was like maybe the 3rd or 4th like different like news clip or whatever I had shown in that, because the conversation was still going, so we were just keeping it going, and then you gonna put that copyright strike out, and then the guy would never respond to anything I've seen him take out.
Sis.
Oh my God, man.
We've been demonetized for over a year now.
I know, right?
With that same bullshit. Every time I appeal, they give me that same bullshit.
How many times you appeal?
Man, over the past year?
Okay, so they're not clear. They're not clear on what live stream did it.
No.
Okay, so the other reason I know, you know what I'm saying, with the copyright strike is what got it. So what they did was, because I got the copyright strike, they used that to say it was reused content and took my monetization. So they'll tell you on the copyright strike, but the thing is, it took about 2 weeks, because when they were first explaining it, it was like, you get the slap on the wrist and then you can come back in a week. You're like the claim or whatever. The strike is different from the claim. The strike can turn you off for 90 days unless you can get it out before that. So it took them 2 weeks to even, explain what it really was. But then the monetization, they don't tell you nothing. They just be like, yeah, nah.
Yo, and that's what happened to me. It's been over a year, y'all, and I've been trying.
It was like, we just gonna shut you all the way up.
And you reapplied how many times exactly?
I'm telling you, at least over 5, almost to 10 times, to the point where as though I just did it in I want to say February. Yeah. They denied me, and I can't do it again till April 11th.
Oh my! What the?
Whoa!
Wait a minute. Okay, listen. If y'all don't know, our brother Champside had this similar issue. Like, I went on this live stream. This was last year. I went on this live stream, and the dollar sign was going, and I didn't know what happened. So I was just sending him cash apps, right? And then he said, "Yeah, YouTube took my monetization," and that was the second time I heard something about reused content. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he did, but what he did say, when his monetization came back, What he did say was he deleted half of his catalog. A lot of his shows were
right.
A lot of his shows were
I heard you lose views doing that.
You listen.
You do.
You can. Here's what happens. You can have someone that really appreciates the work and they want to see how far you've come
right.
as a content creator. And if they see that your channel is a few years old, they can go to your old archive and see how far you've come.
Right.
And what happens if you delete that archive and they can only see what you've done in the last month? And that's basically what Champ Size said. He said a lot of that stuff I ain't back up. It's gone. But whatever that was giving him those issues, he deleted it. It was gone because it came back. His monetization came back after he reapplied. Now, this is why I will never trust YouTube to do. You're welcome, Belt to Ass. You're welcome. This is why Champside does this for a living, man. And he has well over 100,000 subs. To take his monetization is taking food off his damn
off his table.
Facts. And then, not to cut you off, big bro, before you finish, to have somebody like that to get demonetized.
Yeah, that was bad work, man. That was bad work. And I felt when I figured out what he was going through, I said, oh shit. The man probably got rent to pay and car notes and shit. He does this full time, and these assholes did this to him. And the crazy part about it is they don't tell you.
They don't.
No.
So how could you fix it if they're not telling you what the problem is? Because you could fix it this is the problem. I can take that video down.
You know what, Drew? The only time, like the very first time I applied for monetization, I didn't get it, and that was they told me what it was. So I was able to go back and fix that. But
what was it?
After that, they don't tell you quiet. It was like the my intro, the music. It was was it Epidemic Sound? Is that what everybody used?
Yeah.
It got taken off, so it was triggering copyright. And then it was I had a couple of shorts where I had, you know what I'm saying, just like reposted the short, and then I had like stuff in the caption. It was like, you need to say something, like we need to hear your voice in it. And I was like, okay, well, I can fix that. 2 days later, send it back in, boom, it was good. But yeah, after that,
they can't tell you what the discrepancy is when they take your monetization out of nowhere.
Once they take it from you, no.
And sis,
so that was, like I said, that was when I applied for it the first time. So like I said, when I fixed them little couple of, you know what I'm saying, those little, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 videos that still had the song in it, and went back and I just privated those shorts until I was able to, you know, go ahead and add me to them. And I think I resubmitted that monetization at like maybe 8 in the morning. By 2 o'clock, it was active.
Sis, you say you got the copyright strikes because of the epidemic joint?
Well, like you like when you go to you know, like the copyright notice, it wasn't like a full strike. You know how you get the ones like where your stuff go from green to yellow?
Yeah.
Like if you got any yellow,
but that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, it was the song.
They didn't give you a chance just to edit it out so you can just keep the content.
So I'm saying when I applied and they didn't give it to me and they told me that's what it was, I did. I went and edited that, you know, fixed all of that, and then reapplied and I got it. But like when they hit me, when they put me in YouTube prison, it was the copyright strike.
Okay, see now
copyright strike stay on 90 days. You can't go live, but you can upload videos.
Over this past year, they have never told me what I did wrong.
So if you go back to your studio, anything that's in yellow, fix it. Like
well, no.
If you hit it, it'll have a list of whatever, and then it'll say at the bottom, you'll say resolve, and I think it'll give you either you can mute it, trim it out, or in a lot of mine, I was able to replace the song.
Right.
Yo, you want to hear the crazy thing? I'm reading what Toby Smith said. You want to know what the craziest shit is? Last month, the $sign was in yellow for one of my videos. But then, have y'all ever got one of those escrow signs?
No.
Oh, you got to split the money.
Split the money with somebody, right?
Yeah. One of my Trump rallies had it.
Check this out. it says split escrow the money, right?
Mhm.
And it had the artist there. And I said, I don't even know who the hell this is.
Right.
So it tells you who it is. So I highlighted the name and I put it in the search bar on YouTube and the video comes up. It's some dude that does music and it was pretty nice. And I'm listening to it. I said, I don't even know who the hell this is. So I went back. So I started talking to these fools at YouTube. I said, y'all know y'all have me sharing revenue with an artist and that's not even a track I'm using and I don't even know who this is.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me some long bugged out explanation that was pre-written. And I have to tell them all the time, I know the rules better than you do. Stop patronizing me. Stop talking to me like I'm a child.
Yeah.
Y'all made a mistake. The system you have in place to review music, this is a mistake. I said, this is a live stream that you have me sharing revenue with an artist that I have no contact with.
Right.
Please explain. I said, your system is flawed. They told me I got to contact something else. I'm not doing all of that. All of this is going into the lawsuit. All of this is going into the lawsuit. These guys are getting really brave and bold. And when we end the live, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna share something with y'all. But I don't want to give Miguel. I don't want to give Miguel a heads up. But this is crazy what they're doing. This is crazy what they're doing. Why is a microscope on what we do?
Yeah.
What the hell does Stormy B Man do for them to take his monetization? They said reuse content. I said where?
Right. They never because they got Mona. For those of y'all know, they got Mona D with that. They will not tell you what is supposedly reused. They won't tell you.
Let me highlight what you said. You said they had the nerve to tell me reuse content refers to channels that repurpose someone else's content without adding significant original commentary or educational value. This applies to your channel. When the fuck?
Okay, so we had that's that nonsense. I had a 5-minute clip on a 9-hour live stream. You trying to tell me I didn't add nothing to it?
That's impossible.
Right.
That's impossible. And how's that? How many channels do y'all see? And I ain't trying to throw anybody under the bus, but we know the channels that
we've been quite a few where they just literally put somebody's stuff on, let it run for 10 minutes,
let it rock.
and 3 words about it, and then
right.
I thought that. Listen, I'm too scared to do that. I'm like, man, the second I do that, they're closing me up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I had to ask her. I asked Theo. I said, how do you play Corey Holcomb shit and nothing happens? He don't know. I asked Dave the same thing. He don't know. But the one time I was talking over an episode of
I got a thought on that. We'll talk about that in the back chat.
Paternity Court.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to make a point on Paternity Court. They cut my stream off and gave me a strike right there.
They did to me. I did the same thing. They did the same thing to me on the live stream.
There's a whole live stream. Do you know there's a channel with some black dude, and I'm not even gonna say his name. I'm not even gonna.
I know who you talk about. That's all he talk about.
It's Paternity Court, right? You know the channel. And I'm like, I wasn't even doing that. I wasn't even doing that. I found the way around that, but I'm gonna stop doing that shit too. I'm so afraid to use someone else's shit just to make a point. I'd rather just refer y'all and say, look, and that such he does this. And guess what else? Y'all got StreamYard? Y'all use StreamYard?
I'm trying to use. I'm still trying to learn how to use it because I can't connect it to the stream that I'm using.
Bro, the countdown that comes with StreamYard, don't use it. Get your own. Make your own. You know why? I just found out from my brother Thomas. He had 12 live streams, and they said it's not monetizable. When he was trying to figure out why, they tell you what it is. They said the first like something minutes in your intro. So I said, well, Thomas, what you got there? He said, just the StreamYard countdown.
Oh, yeah, hell no.
Now the countdown is
Dang.
copywritten to the point you can't use it. I said, you need to contact StreamYard and tell them that YouTube is doing this, because guess what we found? Me and Stormy found this out.
Wow.
They fuck up. We use an app that has certain music, and they were hitting us for the music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But in the rules and regulations, it stated
But you could use it. Yeah.
So we screenshot it, and when I was talking to these idiots, I sent them a picture of the screenshot. I said, "What is this?" Then they stopped hitting me with the copyright strikes until the music creators, their contract with the app was up, so they took their music off. And what I had to do, y'all notice I don't play Painful Excellence podcast intro anymore.
Yeah.
Guess what? I had to pay $50 for that music.
Yep. Yeah. So the song that I was using originally, I think hers was when I went and found it. I think it was like 70. I was like, I ain't doing that. So I actually had some subscribers who have been fantastic to me.
I bought it.
I made me some music.
I bought it, but guess what? They said we're gonna give you a monetization ID every time you upload a video. Put it in the description box. You know what they was doing anyway? They said we're gonna escrow the money. That's why I saw those 2 green arrows. You escrow the money. No, sorry, it's in yellow.
Yellow,
yellow.
You gotta dispute it. Then they say, okay, when you refresh the page, it goes into escrow, which means they're gonna give the artist time to contest it. But I purchased it and I have the monetization ID.
Right. So we'll be contesting.
I have to wait 30 days to get full monetization. So all my Painful Excellence podcasts, I'm getting paid for 30 days later. And I said, you know what? It's not worth it, man. I play the intro when I do my live streams on goddamn Patreon. But these are the things that they do with us. They got me escorting with an artist that I'm not even working with. And they gave me the time when I used it on a live stream. And when I spoke to YouTube, I said, this artist is not even on the goddamn, what are you doing? And no one can give me an answer. Listen, you hear me say this all the time. Documentation beats conversation. These are just the worst business practices. What they did to Stormy is messed up. They can't explain it. What they did to you and what they did to you, they can't explain it. They can't tell me, they can't tell you, Harmonize, that you have to change this before we give you, before we accept you to the monetization program. They told you exactly what it was. But then when you get out of bed, you go live and that dollar symbol's gone. You're like, what the hell happened?
Oh, this is kicking on. Literally, I was literally in the bed. One of my matter of fact, the friend who all did a favor to get me out of YouTube prison called me and was like, "What happened?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Cause he has got a membership." He was like, "Yeah, I just got an email saying that my membership is on pause." I was like, "Huh?"
Yep.
Like I was like, "Are you serious?" Now, I mean, and they just see that email. Well, yeah, you are no longer in the partner whatever program. And I'm like,
sis, I remember just like it was yesterday. I was waking up. I had just got finished getting the live together to go live, and I looked at my phone and seen that, man.
Yeah, I literally was in the bed. He was like, "What happened?" I was like, "What you talking about?" Because it seems like they like to do this stuff like over in the morning.
Yeah. My shit was in the afternoon though.
I'm like, this, yo, it had to be 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, are you serious?
That is the fucking worst, man.
So yeah, they'll tell you in the beginning, but then if you had the information before, that means you have it now. So I think another thing with them is they on this, instead of you actually talking to people, you dealing with AI.
You know, I gotta show y'all. Listen, I'll just say this, because there's only so much I'm gonna leave on there. I'll tell y'all behind the scenes, but I got them so crossed up that. But me and Stormy, we talk daily, right? And have y'all ever seen y'all lose subs to the point where it was in the red?
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm hitting them 90 days. Y'all lost
subs.
Yo, that was not consistent with our growth. I never seen that. So when we started seeing it, we was like, what the fuck is going on? And then Stormy got stuck at a certain point, and I got stuck at a certain point. And then I was getting trolls, one troll in particular that came into my comment section and asked me why am I not at 9,000 subs yet. and was laughing about it. I said, okay, they're taunting me.
Mm-hmm.
That's Miguel. Let me give Miguel a little shout out right here.
Miguel!
So I said, okay. So then I started asking questions. And I'll just say this. The people I was talking to was giving conflicting information.
Of course.
Whenever you talk to YouTube, at the end of your conversations, always request your conversation. Send it to
transcript.
Right. So when I was taking the information I was told and sending it to the next person, said, no, they said this. The person I spoke to 2 days ago told me this. A supervisor got in contact with me, sent me a very rude email. And when I responded, I said some things to let them know, you're caught. And once she, because it was a woman, reviewed my information, in 1 week, I got 93 new subs. Now, how the fuck does that happen?
They put back the ones they took.
Those were the fucking subs that they were taking from me.
Taking from me. Yo, I thought it was just me, yo, because when I look at my analytics, yo, sometimes I got a certain number I can gain, and next thing you know, I'm looking at it, I done lost a couple, and not only that, I'm going through right now where my watch time hours are up, but my views are going down.
That's it, bro. How do you say you drove somewhere but you're blind?
What are we doing here, bro?
That is ridiculous. And
Help.
I believe what you're saying, bro.
In my Kevin Hart voice, help me.
Bro, listen. When we say that there's somebody at work doing this to us, this is what I'm talking about.
Real tough.
And me and Stormy talk a lot. We've compared notes. This is a work. Someone's doing this. And I have it in documentation. I have a hard copy. All I needed to know, I got what I know. I got what I needed. I just needed one person to admit something, and he did. And I said, oh, there it is. That's what I was waiting on. I didn't know it was gonna be this easy. And as long as I have that, sky's the limit. They're in violation. And not only are they gonna cut the damn check, not only are they gonna cut the check, I want names of who did it, because I know for a fact that it's a person or a group of people that are in charge with the power to press a button and legitimately fuck us up. I know that for a fact. And one of the things why I know it's a fact, y'all know why I call it Miguel, by the way? The reason why I call it Miguel is because, number one, the person or persons doing this, number one, I know that they're Latino. That's number one. Number two, I think they're homosexual. You know why? My channel didn't start bugging out. All of our channels in the LDBC didn't start bugging out until a certain situation happened last April. Right? Certain situation happened, and all of our channels started acting crazy. And I didn't want to believe it until one day I went live, and Brother Reef can attest to this. Stormy can attest to this. Maybe King W was there. Maybe Derek Gaines was there. I was going off on a certain boxer, and I wasn't belligerent or nothing. And I'm just grinding and I'm going ham. I had like 500 people in the chat. Mr. Shelton texts me. He says, yo, you know your live is off? I'm looking at the StreamYard. It said 0. What the fuck happened? I said, did I get a strike? Went to YouTube Studio, refreshed the page. Ain't no strike there. I went to start another live through StreamYard. If you have a strike, StreamYard's not working.
Yeah, it won't work.
It started right up, and I went, and the name of the other live it was the same. It said it was the same title as the previous live, but it said you can't stop me. And I went back in, and I was like, yo, I don't know what that was. When I was done with the live, I started talking with YouTube. They were like, we don't know what happened. I said, yo, someone stopped my live. I was looking, someone stopped my live. You know what the person I was talking to on YouTube said? in caps, it wasn't me. Why the fuck would you say that?
That's your answer?
It wasn't me.
That's your answer?
I said, wait, hold on. I just spoke to StreamYard. It damn sure wasn't them. They said, we don't know what you're talking about. You got to check the server you was operating on because you could do StreamYard through other platforms. I said, I was just working with YouTube. They said, talk to them. And I did that.
They passing the buck, bro.
Yep. They said, talk to them. We didn't do it. And then YouTube was like, we didn't do it. They put me on the supervisor. I got that whole conversation. I said, no. I know for a fact, I've seen people. Matter of fact, Trill Will's first channel was called I Am Ill Will. I was watching his live when he was going off on another YouTuber, and he did one F-bomb too many, and they zapped him. I watched him, gave him a strike. And I called him. I said, bro, I know you was mad, but you need to chill. You reached your F-bomb threshold. And they zapped him right there. So I know they have the technology to do that.
Yeah.
You know that. So I said, well, who stopped my live? And nobody knew anything. I said, cool. I keep that in the back pocket. And all I needed to know was that they have the power to do so. And they did. So if they have the power to do that, who the fuck, if I'm asking you, what's the criteria that you use to determine whether a video is fully monetizable or not? Why can't I get a straight answer? The first thing they do is they send you a general
link,
right? And I tell them, kill all that noise. I know the rules better than you. Don't do that. I'm asking you what criteria you use. And then they always refer to some team. I said, well, I want to talk to the team. Well, I can't do that. Okay, so this team reviews my content, right? And then they determine.
And that's what I wanted to say, bro.
Let me give you some food, though. Let me give you some food. And I don't mind saying this because Miguel, is too late. Do y'all know why I dual stream on both my channels now? Y'all know why I do that? Do you know how many live streams on Drew Titan LLC that are fully monetizable? But on Painful Excellence Podcast,
not happening.
Shit's in yellow, and vice versa. Like I swear to God, like about 7 streams. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's the same stream. So when I ask you what criteria y'all use, I know the rules, but what do y'all use? I don't get an answer. And when I ask to talk to the team, don't tell me what they look for, because that's not consistent when the same stream that's on one channel's in yellow, but it's in green in the other. Who's overviewing my shit?
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
You see what I mean?
That's crazy.
Too late, Miguel. I caught y'all niggas. Y'all are caught. And that's just a small, there's other things y'all been caught. Sub count. We caught them doing some ridiculousness by accident. We caught them by accident. I asked Stormy a question. I ain't gonna say what we did, but we was like, wait a minute. According to what we see here, you should be up 13. How you down 14? They told me I lost 40 subs in the last 28 days. This was a month and a half ago. 28 days, they told me I gained 41 subs and lost 40 in 28 days. I said, my channel don't move like that. That's not possible. So then I asked the lady, I said, have you ever seen anyone lose 40 subs after gaining 41 in 28 days? She said, yes. Now you got to show me. So then that was when my conversation started. I just started asking leading questions. I spoke to 3 different people and everybody fucked up. They gave me different answers. Have y'all been told that there's some sort of monitoring system that weeds out spam accounts? Y'all been told that? I was told that. So when I lost 41 subs, 40 subs, I asked them, okay, well, what's going on here? The first person told me it was a spam account system. I said, well, how do you determine what's a spam account? And they gave me some bullshit, how it identifies whatever. And I said, cool. So the next person I spoke to, I started talking about a spam account, and she told me, no, that was just people. I said, so that was organic? You mean 40 41 people subscribed and changed their mind
Right.
in 28 days. Not maybe 1 or 2 people may say, oh, you know what? This ain't what I thought it was. And they may bank out. Not 41 people.
Right.
40. I said, that doesn't make sense. And then she told me she's seen it before. Right? And I said, no, this ain't working for me. That's what she referred me to the supervisor. And I got this weird ass letter. But when I responded, what I said lit a fire under their ass, because 2 weeks later, literally, like the next week, I got 93 subs.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, bitch, that's not going to shut me up. Just give him some subs so he can get off my back. No. That 93 was what I normally get in 2 months. It's been there. And you see, when you ask the right questions and you use the right language, and this is why language is important. This is why you have to wear multiple hats. You have to know how to turn off the ebonics.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Do not move the same way everywhere you go.
I just let her know. This is a legal thing now. You've been caught. You're not talking to a fool. The guy you see on here with the Drew Titan hat or the hoodie or whatever, with the earrings, it's not that, ma.
You're doing something else.
I know how to write, and I'm telling you, we're lawyered up, and it's about to be a problem. And I'll take you cutting the check, but there's gonna be stipulations. I want to know, who do you have reviewing everyone's content? Willie D just beat YouTube in the lawsuit. I want to know exactly what he did. I want to know what he did. And he's the brother Machismo TV.
Yeah. Shout out to Machismo.
Shout out to Machismo. He had to call. He had the lawyer up on YouTube. That they're not perfect, y'all. And they put AI. They claim they put AI in charge of it. Here's what AI has done. They took 500 subs from 78 Sports TV. He should have been at 100,000 subs like years ago. It's stopping him. AI got me sharing revenue with an artist that I don't even know. And then you blame the spamming system for snatching subs from me. But the same subs that another system is catching are not showing up on YouTube. They said it takes a couple of days. Bullshit. Bullshit. And where those 93 subs come from? I didn't have a viral moment lately.
Right.
They're caught, y'all. And what
it's Berlin's on them too.
They don't expect us to associate and behave like a community and fight.
Right.
They love dissension. Now we'll get online and complain about this. I'll guarantee you they got some haters right now about to do a video. Drew Titan's complaining about sub count. No, I'm complaining about the principle of it.
Yeah.
They're holding people down. I just told you they fucked with Champside. They had Tay-Tay. They tell you they don't shadow ban people. Tay-Tay was blocked off of Blue Blood Sports TV for like a year. He didn't block her. I mean, this is some sick stuff they're doing to us.
Yeah.
Sick stuff.
Even with the notifications and everything, people are not getting notifications.
Yeah, I have some subs that are like, they was like, I don't. It doesn't matter what I do, I never get your notification.
How about the people that y'all say not interested for whatever reason? Every 2 weeks they keep showing up on your algorithm.
Right.
Like, didn't I tell you I'm not interested in this content? Why you keep sending it to me? Somebody's playing games. This is monkey business.
Man, shit.
Man, but I got something for them. But hang back. I'm gonna talk to y'all behind the scenes. I'm gonna close this live, man. Yo, salute to y'all.
Yeah.
Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. And by the way, y'all, this is serious. This is why we ask y'all to like the videos.
Yeah.
To share the videos. Like the videos, share the videos. We are our own algorithm.
Facts.
It takes 2 seconds to click share. There's a squiggly line. It's an arrow pointing to the right. When you press it, it says share, and then there's a little sign that says post. All you got to do is press post, and your post will come up, and it's just say whoever's outside. Stormy's outside. Drew's outside. Smoke and Talk. Harmonize. And just click post, and you shared it. and you go right back to the live. It takes 2 seconds, y'all, because we got to do this ourselves. We can't leave it up to the machine to do right by us. Remember, we're the wrong.
Exactly.
This platform was not made for black people to make millions of dollars. This was made for the fucking Logan Pauls and Jake Pauls of the world and the white boys doing punk videos and jackass. Never anticipated a black person like our sister Cecilia CC Robinson to get on here and talk about her life and what it was being in prison from a female. They didn't expect her to blow up like that and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. They said, "Oh shit," but they can't find a way to stop her because she's acting within the guidelines of the law. But the second they can figure out how to stump her, they'll do it. And it's up to us to defend it. That's why we say like and share the videos. This is what we're talking about.
Facts.
Subscribe to everybody. And although you might not see me, when you do come up on my phone, I take 2 seconds, hit like and share, and I put the phone up. You know, I can't have my phone on my job. Put it in my pocket. And that's what we should be doing. Can you imagine, instead of all of these enemies we have accrued, which is pointless, can you imagine if we was all united? We'd be that much stronger.
They be running for the hills, I tell you that.
My subs will be your subs, and your subs will be my subs, and everybody be monetized. Everybody, they change the rules once we get involved, y'all.
Yeah.
They change the rules. They add things.
Yeah.
These are all hurdles. Reuse content. I promise you, it was because of too many niggas making millions of dollars on YouTube. I promise you, it was that. I can't prove it, but I know it was that. These niggas are kicking ass and taking names. Let's do reuse content. They can't do that to MTR. He can afford a big lawyer. Like, wait a minute, explain this. Oh, I'm sorry. And then they'll back off. Willie D, same thing. He got a lawyer. Explain this. Oh, I'm sorry. We can get our bread up, get a lawyer, and say, explain this. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no. I'm sorry. You done fucked me off all year long.
Facts.
I normally make 5 racks a month, man. Run me my bread. And by the way, who did you put in charge to watch my shit? I want that person fired. I want their name, and I want them fired. I'm gonna do a 3-hour marathon stream about Miguel and his rainbow clique. We gotta work together, man.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy, man. I don't mean to talk your head off, but salute to the chat. Y'all hang back for 1 second, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat, man. Subscribe to Smoke and Talk Podcast. Subscribe to Amana. Subscribe to everybody that does content, man. And subscribe to the Patreon. I appreciate the support. For more unedited content, follow me on Patreon, Drew Titan, LLC. And we gone. Peace.